6 years ago, these people did not notice that there was a man wanting to just goof off here on YouTube, make a name for himself, state himself out there as being just more than just an ordinary guy. But as time went on, that man grew more popular and popular, and the people loved him. But then unfortunately, as of late, the man put on a vest. The man walked into Amazon and started scanning boxes. The man started wrapping pallets. And he felt like he was getting back on top of the world. And that is why the man himself became the WWE champion. But what did you people think in the live chat? No, you guys slowly faded away from the man. You guys didn't support the man, yet you still leave comments in my comment section of ideas for my top 10 special streams of the week. Fickle, fickle, fickle. You guys go off. You guys start to praise guys like Robbie One Kenobi, Deluxe Man, OTR Central, Daniel Gaiza, BS Podcast, who doesn't really do any wrestling podcasts anymore right now, Lauren Hutton, TN Couponer, even King Larry. You people decide to follow those sheep. Do you guys not like what you see? Fickle. You guys do not like the vest? Fickle. You guys don't like the fact that I use this Firebirds for this entrance because I freaking love that song? Fickle. Do you guys no longer love the Club of the Man 1993 anymore? Fickle. 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 Now, screw you all. I am not doing a review tonight because you are all fickle. A little over dramatic there. I broke the microphone. Let's see if I hope it gets back on. It literally just snapped off after I tossed it. It fell off my bed. We should be all right. All right, I'll take the vest off now because I'm just being a show off. But, boy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, guys. As I'm getting this situated, what is going on tonight, guys? This is, or should I say, it's 12:30 in the morning. So what's going on this early dark morning, guys? You want to do it that way. This is the Club of the Man 1993, and no, I am fooling you guys all. I love you all, and I am going to be up here supporting you guys no matter where you guys go. And, of course, anyone who I may have mentioned, in that little rant right there, make sure you support their channels as well. As, of course, they're all awesome as well. But that was just me interchanneling my new Daniel Bryan. Because 2 weeks ago, I came up here and I had, still have up here, my improbable journey to the main event WrestleMania. Yes, that copy that I've read already. It's a good book. Check it out. And even, of course, not just also the Yes shirt I had hanging on my basketball hoop, but also my copy of the Daniel Bryan Just Say Yes, Yes, Yes documentary that he signed himself 2 weeks before he had to announce his retirement. And it says to Mike, yes. But once again, guys, that word is yes. That word is dead. And it has been replaced with not just the new Daniel Bryan, but fickle. Fickle, fickle. But in all serious note, guys, how you guys all doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good myself. Work was pretty slow tonight, so I got to go home an hour earlier than we have been. So, not a bad deal tonight at all. Of course, getting ready to work a double tomorrow because I'm not going to be able to work this weekend because I'm going away. But I chose to work a double tomorrow instead to fill the hours I've been missing. But anyways, getting on track here with SmackDown. I got to check out the highlights of SmackDown when I got home tonight. Man, last night again, I was fighting for my life to stay awake, as last night's Raw just dragged like hell as always. So many things wrong with it as always. But of course, we watch SmackDown. It's a nice breath of fresh air, as we all say. You know, again, we still say that, you know, SmackDown is the A show, so sure the A show. Do I still think it's as good as it was before last year's Superstar Shakeup? Not quite, but you look at it, you watch every segment, you watch every match. It's just doing its job. It's doing exactly what it needs to do, telling stories, you know, having some fresh matches. Yeah, we've seen a couple repetition of matches, Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy, although it was not bad tonight, guys. Some repetition, but we still see a lot of fresh. We don't see the same main event every single week. Last week's main event was the number one, the winner being that battle royale be added to the women's title match. This week we got AJ Styles and The Miz. So at least, even though we get some repetitive matches, there's still things being mixed up. A lot of fresh air being brought here, and of course also bringing out the best in a heel character. Although a little nitpick about it, though. Bring out the best in a heel character is already surpassing a guy who should be killing as a heel on Raw, who's slowly getting better, as I talked about last night, of course, Dean Ambrose, who's slowly bringing out more. But after tonight, I think someone for sure surpassed him already up as being like one of the best heels in the company right now. Fickle! But yeah. So we're going to get into that, of course, guys. First, let's check the chat of live and see what we got here. And by the way, as I probably mentioned in the comment section to Larry, I don't say chat. Well, I can't say chat of live now, referring to, you know, Matt Hardy going more of lives, but I actually say chat of live because think about it. Those who take in Spanish, technically, I'm saying right now I can say when you say Mike's desk, you're really saying the desk of Mike, because it's really if I can channel my my former Spanish, el escritorio de Miguel, pretty much for you're pretty much saying the desk of Mike. You're not going to say Miguel Escritorio. You're going to say el escritorio de Miguel, pretty much. That's where I get the whole chat of live. I do it all the time. Water in cup of water, or that's kind of typical. Sorry. Or I think I got one. The Tizers of App. Instead of appetizers, Tizers of App. But anyways, let's check the live chat. See what we got here. Let's see here. Let me see. We got Mark. What's up, Mark? I'm doing pretty good tonight. We got Bowl of Eyes saying, hey, yo. Of course, like Bayo. What's up, Lauren? Nice opening segment. SmackDown was an A for her. Fickle. Was this a Miz face turn tonight? Still don't think it was, in my opinion. Match night was definitely Jeff versus Randy, and worse was the women's tag team match, which wasn't too bad at all. If they decide to take the title off of Becky Lynch at TLC, which I hope they don't do, they need to give it to Asuka. Otherwise, what was the point of putting her in the match? Which I kind of agree. If anything, put the title on Asuka. Charlotte doesn't need it right now. And if Becky's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble to kind of like, further herself a little bit more, which might be the best idea to go with, in my honest opinion, I think Becky could benefit a lot more from a Royal Rumble victory than Charlotte. So if anything, put the title on Asuka. I definitely agree with that. That's what I'm saying. That's how I'll only accept, Becky dropping the title at TLC is if she drops to Asuka. When will Vince realize SmackDown is where it's at? Well, he will probably if he throws Road Dogg back on to being full-time writer for that show. Sabotage it. Who knows? I don't even know what the heck goes on behind the scenes with Vince, with his head working. What's he thinking? Roman Reigns is out now. Why is he still sabotaging Raw, making everybody look like crap on that show? And SmackDown's good. So I don't get it. Who knows? Did you see here Raw has reached an all-time viewership low last night? I heard that, which is definitely for sure. I am definitely more entertained than WWE. Thank you, TN Couponer. What is up? Asuka's rumored went TLC, of course. We should start a hashtag Fire Corbin. New Mike, you spelt my last name there wrong, Lauren, but don't worry, everyone spells it wrong. It's actually Ruggiero, not Erio. It's Iero. Although the other day we picked up our chicken order from Giant Eagles for my grandmother's birthday get together. They spelled it Ruggiero. but it's IERO for proper spelling. But it's okay because everybody gets it wrong. I don't know why, but it happens. Yeah, I am the new Mike Ruggiero, if you want to put it that way. Hashtag make Raw great again. Hashtag SmackDown Live is the true A show for sure. And watch everybody make a fickle shirt, which that could easily get over. Of course, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Are we getting just 2 TLC matches? I guess so. I mean, I thought they were teasing Orton and Mysterio in a chairs match. There should be just a regular ladder match and just a regular tables match. Like, again, Joe and Hardy can be a tables match. But they're probably going to give that to Natalya and Ruby because of what happened last night. Really? But shoot, what's going on with this? But yeah, that, and then honestly, Bryan and Styles should have a stipulation. They've had 3 matches already now. Give them a stipulation. This is their 3rd match. I'll give them a stipulation. Well, actually, this will be their 4th, counting that one they had at the SmackDown WrestleMania, which wasn't bad at all. They should have a ladder match, I still feel. A ladder match for sure. Orton and Mysterio with chairs match. And it's probably going to be Ruby and Natty now for the tables match. Screw that. Let's see here. Here are a few suggestions for top 10s. Top 10 Slammy Award moments and winners, and who should have won, and best categories. We could probably do that at some time. Let's see here. Let me get this written down. Top 10, rap 10. Wow, I can't type tonight. Top 10 Slammy Award moments. Top 10 Slammy winners. Top 10 who should have won Slammies. We could try that one. And I believe top 10 Slammy categories and top 10 TLC matches. Which I'll try to fit in top 10 TLC matches within this month. But again, I'm still planning on basically doing I'm going to do multiple top 10 streams this month, again, around my own schedule, of course, of the best of 2018. So I'll definitely do that. But I'll definitely try to fit the best TLC matches in somewhere as well. If we don't get Ray versus Randy in a chairs match, or Joe versus Hardy, Shu will be mad. Don't piss off Lauren. WWE, please do not. Top 10 best WWE moments of 2018. That's a good one. Top 10 best WWE moments of 2018. That definitely will happen this month for sure. Daniel Bryan could be the most hated heel on SmackDown Live right now, followed by Joe, then Orton, which could be the case. Although, once again, I'll get to a little bit of how he can easily get himself over with this. Don't forget to hit that like button for sure. How come no one cheers for Randy anymore? Not sure. I mean, he is a heel, but WWE takes things to the dark side sometimes. I kind of like it at some points, but sometimes they do go too far, like Jeff's addiction. That's getting some heat, and I like it for sure, definitely. Which works great. I'm kind of getting tired of New Day and News, so to be honest, give us other teams a chance. Somewhat true there. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wanted this to just be New Day and not New Day, Usos and the Bar. Why have to throw New Day in it? Because they won that stupid feast fight. Oh gosh, I don't go about that. Have Becky feud with Naomi if she loses the title, which could happen, and have Asuka versus Mandy at Royal Rumble. You know how to get me excited, Lauren. And Becky win the Royal Rumble, which should happen. Vince was at Raw last night, of course. Yes, hit like and subscribe for sure. Sorry for the misspell, which, no worries, it happens. Did you hear Roman Reigns is supposed to make his return? Did you guys hear Roman Reigns is supposed to be making his return to WTV? When is that going to be? Best matches and worst pay-per-view matches of 2018 pay-per-views. Top 10 matches of 2018. Top 10 pay-per-views of 2018, which will definitely include NXT takeovers, of course, because we're only gonna have 14 pay-per-views or whatnot.
yeah, Ray wasn't there tonight. Looking forward to Tribute to the Troops on the 16th or 20th, whatever day it airs. I'll definitely check it out. Top 10 Tribute to Troops moments and matches. Might be a little tough one, but we'll see what happens. Top 10 Tribute to the Troops matches and whatnot. I haven't really seen too many Tribute to the Troops. That might be a tough one for me. I spelled the wrong in my notes. Tribute to the Troops. Best heels and faces of all time. Got that one down. Heel and face champions of all time. Got that. Best hashtags. I think I got that one. Top 10 best hashtags. Lauren is on a roll as always. Next month you're doing best of Rumbles. I probably could do something like that for next month, maybe. I'm not pissed, but I'll just be shocked if those matches aren't on the card. I would be surprised also. Hashtag no more pancakes. Yeah, I gotta agree. The pancake stuff is kind of getting old. Like, we had, Bootios, then it was the ice cream pops, even though that slogan was still weird as hell. New Day pops, a mouthful of magic, yeah, just gotta happen, which was a little weird. The pancakes starting to just really wore off on me. Sandy deserves a push, and come on, Nikki, get her on SmackDown Live, all right, for sure. Turn Big E heel or Kofi heel. Big E. I still say Big E. I hope we have a good time at Mania 30, but I hope it's good from the state of 34. Again, 34 I enjoyed till the last hour. Although bad news is, of course, now since apparently NXT TakeOver is being moved to Friday, it's always on the same night as New Japan's thing, I'm not going to be able to see TakeOver live. I'll probably watch it before I leave because the plan is for us to ride on the Mega Bus overnight, Friday night into Saturday. So we're probably going to go to the Hall of Fame ceremony instead. I think Big E would be a better heel, hopefully, for sure. Roman was at Fort Hood. Interesting. Roman made an appearance there. He did. I didn't see that, but probably maybe a trip to the Troops, probably, which would be reasonable. They teased it earlier today or last night. I taped it. The top 10 face and heel pops and heat. Trade Finn for Shinsuke for sure, and Alexa for Becky or Charlotte. Wouldn't be a bad idea, I'd say. But of course, let me get to the stuff in the review. Keep stuff coming to live chat going as always. And once again, guys, forgive me for the insults in that introduction. Again, that was just me. Again, once again, interchanneling my new Daniel Bryan. But let's get into it, guys, and let's talk about this show, which took place in Austin, Texas. Speaking of Texas, as my sister lives on there, my sister is coming home on Thursday, which my game plan is to surprise her at the airport by getting airside pass, going to get some Quaker steak wings, eating up my barbecue wings, and then picking up my sister and squeeze and hang out with her every time I see her for the first time in months. And of course, she denies that she knows me, but it's all brother-sister love. But anyways, getting into this live review. The show opens up. We get a recap of what happened in the Battle Royale last week with Asuka winning and being added to the women's TLC match because the women said, once again, Charlotte gets another opportunity, which is true. So Paige gave them an opportunity to earn another one for themselves, which Asuka won. Paige is in the ring. She says that SmackDown is the brand that makes history, and she's proud to sanction the first ever women's TLC match. But not just a TLC match, a triple threat. Introduces the participants, which are, once again, Becky, Charlotte, and Asuka. Becky says she makes history every time she steps foot in the ring, and she plans on doing the same exact thing at TLC. Being put through a table or having a chair bent over her back or a ladder bent off her skull, none of that compares to the pain she's endured to get here today. So it doesn't matter to her if your opportunity was earned or not, which she acknowledged in a Fallout interview last week that Asuka earned it and Charlotte didn't. So again, the dynamics with, face and heels is still kind of falling into place with Becky and Charlotte, of course. So I'm still giving it just a little more time. But Becky has been showing more face, tactics. And Charlotte's grasping more of that heel tactics. And also, I do apologize. I know I said I was going to do a Dolph Ziggler turn alert last night. But, I just want to wait when we can be safe to make sure, well, one, see if Ziggler does anything reasonable from here on out. Or two, if this was just, just him still being a heel, but them splitting them up and whatnot. So we'll see what happens, of course. Which it probably was a face turn, but I'm just giving it a week just to be safe. But anyways, getting to it. Charlotte tells her to change the song because it's the same thing every week and she can spin it how she likes it, but she picked up the ball that Becky dropped at Survivor Series and destroyed Ronda Rousey with one kendo stick. And she's pretty sure it took Nia Jax one punch to break her face. Becky starts arguing with Charlotte, who tells her to shove it. Imagine what's going to happen with tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my! Of course, even when I first started watching wrestling, and then I said that name for a pay-per-view, my parents were like, tables, ladders, chairs. Oh my! Tables, ladders, chairs. Oh my! Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my! Inner channel, my inner Wizard of Oz, Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my! Thank you for that. I watched that movie. I haven't watched it in a long time. Anyways, Becky says she'll own her just like the same Asuka then interrupts, saying that Becky already beat Charlotte, but she never beat her. Becky chose wrong and claimed that she could have beaten Ronda Rousey, and she's going to beat her at TLC. Charlotte then mentions that Asuka could beat but Asuka thinks she could beat Ronda, but Charlotte beat her at WrestleMania to end her streak, which Asuka tells her she got lucky one time, which may be the case or not, since Asuka's been taking a big downfall ever since. They continue to argue. Paige sells it. Becky says neither of them could beat Ronda or her and signs a contract, and she leaves. Charlotte's just going to beat both of them, and Asuka fires back in some Japanese talk, and Charlotte says she shattered the mystique at WrestleMania and will finish her at TLC. Paige orders them to sign. They do so. And then Asuka suggests that she might break Charlotte right now. Paige tries to restore order, but out comes Mandy, looking pretty good as always, and Sonya come out and question her methods to make history with these two undeserving women instead of the two women she personally groomed for stardom. Not quite yet, but again, they feel like they are getting somewhere. Mandy points out that Charlotte lost at Survivor Series, and Sonya points out that Asuka only won the Battle Royale by a fluke after she made one tiny mistake. They want to see fire and desire. They're looking right at it. And what happens if Charlotte and Asuka don't make it to TLC? Paige tells them they're past idle threats and books a tag match between them, which is next. Before the match happened, though, we had some backstage segment. So we had some backstage segment with Shane McMahon complaining about Daniel Bryan being on Miz TV, saying but Shane said, you're going to do a great job. And, of course, Miz again saying, you do your part as the third of best tag team in the world. And Shane one is like, Miz, we're not partners. You need to use your mental acumen to get answers out of Daniel Bryan. Shane owes him, and then Shane denies that, whatnot. So, again, these backstage segments are actually kind of funny between Miz and Shane, claiming that they're the best in the world. And there's some tag team like, no, Miz, we're not. You're crazy, whatnot. But we had the match with Asuka and Charlotte taking on Mandy and Sonya, which, again, not too bad. Again, it had something is cooking, though, for sure, with Mandy and Sonya. I mean, yes, I know Mandy's not the greatest in-ring performer. She's great on the microphone. Sonya, who I kept saying like months ago, wasn't a big fan of her. Watched her matches like she's in a slow sparring match, but I will give her credit again. Ever since that, she had a really good showing at Survivor Series. I am slowly seeing she's getting better. So something is cooking with those two. I mean, they kind of ease back a little bit also on the whole thing with how they're kind of teasing a breakup or whatnot. I don't know if it's what heck or not. But towards the end of the match, Charlotte accidentally gives a big boot to Asuka, thinking it was Mandy Rose. And then Asuka retaliates and kicks her in the face. And then Sonya then, rolls up a folding press on Charlotte to get the win. So first off, having Sonya pin Charlotte was fresh and the better idea, I felt. Of course, just to build some tension more between Asuka and Charlotte, who, again, like I said before, the dynamics as far as, who's the face and who's the heel in this triple threat, well, Asuka for sure the baby face. Charlotte is slowly grasping onto that more heel side. It's kind of like how it was when CM Punk first turned heel in 2012. Like, he was still, teamed with the baby faces, but that heel side was coming out more and more. And then Becky is grasping onto that baby face momentum as she should be for sure. But not a bad tag match again. Getting another win for Mandy and Sonya. I feel like they're starting to get somewhere for sure. Still wouldn't mind them trying to split them up though, because again, I was more interested in that than just being this team and whatnot. So we'll see what happens with that. So Mandy and Sonya win. we then apparently see Jon Stewart in the front row. Oh God, still get flashbacks when he looked drunk as hell doing those introductions for the New Day at SummerSlam 2016. But we had some triple threat match with Cesaro taking on Jey Uso and Kofi Kingston, just typical tag team booking. Having singles matches involving people from the tag teams. Not bad action, of course. My favorite part of the match, of course, was when Cesaro pulled out his Tyler Bate. Which once again, as I always praise Tyler Bate. I would love to see a match with Tyler Bate, who is again NXT UK. Tyler Bate and Cesaro taking on each other. It would be put on an awesome match for sure. Cesaro channeled his inner Tyler Bate, having the airplane swing while doing the Cesaro swing as well. I believe one of the Usos was in the swing. Xavier Woods was on his shoulders, and he did that. A couple moments where there was a moment in the match where it was we had Jey Uso and Xavier Woods fighting, but then they kind of shook on give him the respect. But Cesaro comes in and breaks up because he's the heel. But then eventually Jey Uso wins the super kick on Cesaro. So all right, I mean this tag match shouldn't be too bad, but I wish it was just gonna be just the Usos and the Bar. I've kind of had enough of the Bar and the New Day. So I mean we'll probably see a feud between those two, but whatever, it can still be a good match. I mean that could also be a ladder match also. The Bar, New Day, and Usos. I think that could be a ladder match. Also, but one way to have it. We had this weird interview backstage. This was a little goofy. I mean, it just sounded a little scripted, too scripted for sure. We see footage of Rusev being attacked by Nakamura last week, saying that Nakamura is terrified of his wine barrel chest, who starts moving his biceps around, bigger than Mount Fuji, and his traps, his double-decker taco supremes. Rusev's hungry, but not for food. For the U.S. title, she holds it on like a toy, but it's not a toy. It's honor, courage, and tradition. Things Nakamura doesn't have, which, he's not avoiding it this time, though, because he wants to get his hands on Shinsuke. He's going to feast on him on the greatest holiday of them all, Rusev Day, which... again, it just, I don't know. It was just weird seeing just to talk about food. It just didn't seem like him pretty much. It seemed a little bit scripted, in my opinion. But, we're probably getting Rusev and Nakamura for the U.S. titles at TLC. All right. Not really too behind it. Again, Nakamura's U.S. title run's been very bland and not unforgettable and forgettable, but we'll see what happens. Let's check the live chat. The chat of the live. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Let's see. Where were we at? I think we were. Where were we at? Let's see here. Trade Bray for Ray. Nice rhyme, but that would probably work. No insults, you're good. So happy that you'll see your sister for sure. She's going to be home from Thursday till December 29th. So that'll be awesome. Vince sold $23 million in stock. Really? Asuka spoke facts. Becky is such a badass heel. She is, but again, still feel like she's getting more of a baby for sure. What's up, Ray? Jay saying that Raw blows giraffe baloney for sure. Surprised Manny and Sonya won. That was kind of surprising, which was surprising for sure. But I'm glad again they got the pin on Charlotte though. I love Raw. It's so boring. It helps me fall asleep. That is true. It helps to do so. Lauren hates the Wizard of Oz. We can't be friends anymore. Just kidding. Miz and Asuka and Truth and Carmella are in the finals of the Mixed Match Challenge. Really? I mean, I haven't paid attention to that all to the Mixed Match Challenge, but ooh, I wanted to see Truth and Carmella win. Maybe they will. Who knows? WWE stock is $71.56, down $2 today. My goodness. Mandy getting up those savage segments for sure. She's improving. Gotta give her credit, definitely. So much for a Sonya turn. Who knows? I do agree that Bryan does need to change his theme song since he's a heel for sure. Shane really hasn't had much of a storyline since his crown jewel win. Well, in fact, that him and Miz are apparently partners, but it's not true. if women's tag titles are on the way, Mandy and Sonya. Mandy always takes shots at Paige for sure. Asuka's face, Charlotte is heel, and Becky is tweener, which is reasonable right now. If women's tag titles coming, it should be Mandy and Sonya first, to be honest. But if you watch, they'll put him on the Boston Hug Connection, who should be having freaking title matches for the Raw Women's Championship. But no, they're just having the same matches every single week. But this isn't Raw. This is not that shit show we're talking about. We're talking about SmackDown Live. Let's see here. Let's see here. She never liked Jon Stewart. Again, he's awkward. Top 10 loudest pops and boos. That's a good one. Top 10 loudest pops. Top 10 loudest boos. Wow, we can definitely check that out. Fandango is apparently cleared to return to Raw anytime. I completely forgot about Fandango. When Rhino got fired last night, rumors were he had announced he had retired, which I think at the time respectable run for Rhino for sure. I mean, even though he was directionless after they dropped the SmackDown tag titles. I mean, I like the little story they had with Heath Slater, him and Rhino once again establishing some new stars and what? Well, not really establishing new stars, but bringing something fresh to the table. But Rhino hasn't done anything at all. I mean, he obviously had nothing else to do. So I mean, definitely kudos to him still though. Let's see here. Rusev and Nakamura TLC. Yep. Does Lana wear contacts? Not sure actually. It'd be awesome to see Elias versus Aiden versus Rock concert. Who will win? Either Elias or The Rock. Probably The Rock. Rusev did sound scripted. I'm not down for that feud either. It'll be bland for sure. She likes Over the Rainbow, which yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Over the Rainbow. Apparently, I don't know if you guys heard this rumor because I was talking Wizard of Oz now, but apparently the rumors have it they almost cut Over the Rainbow out of the movie because they didn't think it fit with the movie pretty much. Not 10 movies anyways. Creeped me out as a kid, and I love Judy Garland. Oh yeah, I mean it scared me at first too when I first watched it, but it's still a great movie for sure. I haven't watched it in a while though. Top 10 chance, top 10 chance, top 10 crowd reactions. Top wasted talents, kind of did that already. Top 10 stars who deserve its finals. I already had the one marked down. Top 10 2019 feuds and matches to look forward to. Top 10 2019 feuds. Top 10 2019 matches. Probably do something with that. That song was almost cut, but she's glad it wasn't. Yeah, again, I mean, it kind of this. I don't get why they thought it didn't fit the show. I didn't get that why they did that. So who knows? But yeah, thank you for yourself in the live chat, Lauren, and anybody else who I may have missed. And I'll continue on with the last hour of this review. Let's get to course 2. Well, first we had another hype up for Lars Sullivan as well. He's coming soon. Don't know where he's going to yet. But let's talk about the man of the hour, not Leo Rush, the new Daniel Bryan. We have Miz TV, usual introduction with the Miz. Carmella and R-Truth came out for a dance break before leaving immediately, probably teasing, well, now we're getting the finals between them. Miz does as usual, introduces Daniel Bryan, asks how he should refer to him before saying he's going to stick with Daniel, but there is something new about him. He seems more confident, like his eyes have been open, like he realizes Miz was right all along. Bryan says everybody thought the old Daniel Bryan was very smart, but how smart could he have been if he constantly catered to the opinions of these people, allowing their expectations to subvert his dreams, but he realized he doesn't care about these people and let his dreams take control. He doesn't have a lot of intellectual peers, Miz included, but he has books where he can consult the great minds of history. Men like Alexander Hamilton, and he takes a moment to decry the fickle sheep reciting what chants from 20 years ago, which was bold of him to do. Hamilton said giving the mindless masses power is dangerous, both to them and society. But you know what's even more dangerous? The theoretical knowledge of the old with the wisdom and brutality of the new Daniel Bryan. Miz says the only reason Bryan has a title is because he did what he said he did, whatever it takes. Bryan runs him down and dancing around the issue and says he kicked AJ Styles in the balls, to be clear, one man in the groin on one day, while these people harm the earth every day with their needless consumption, drinking their water bottles and eating their meat that causes permanent change to the climate. If you want to count sins, he kicked one man in the groin on one day, but these people commit countless sins against the earth and future generations every day, every week, every month, every year. Count all those sins, which kind of does fit with Daniel Bryan in real life. He is big on, like, you know, the environment and whatnot. Miz is then says for 8 years Bryan has painted him as the bad guy and he had everyone fooled, but not him. He saw right through. He demands a simple answer. Is he champion because of what Miz said, yes or no? Bryan then says yes, but then he says no. Then he says yes. He says no. Yes, no, yes, and no before saying it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that the old Daniel Bryan is dead, and so is the yes movement. He then pulls off the side plays from the title, which I noticed when he first appeared 2 weeks ago, says win the title. Well, on SmackDown it is. And they said yes, and I was like, well, if your yes movement is dead, then why does it say these plays on the title? But he takes them out, and he throws them down and says, the yes movement is dead, and your WWE champion is the new Daniel Bryan. He throws again the plates down. He starts calling the crowd fickle again, over again, just yelling and just looking just, you know, deranged and just, you know, like a clear psychopath as he's trying to come across. Then AJ Styles comes out. He gets to the ring, but then Bryan throws the Miz at him, and he tries to run away. The only nitpick I have about this, Bryan has to be a coward because all heels are cowards. But Styles then goes after the Miz, but then Bryan he goes after Bryan and he pulled him back over to the barricade. They end up back in the ring where the Miz hits a skull-crushing finale, and then Bryan just looks on at the Miz with that look on his face, that psychopathic look on his face that just, again, just looks so crazy, but it works so perfectly. Again, I'm going as far as saying this. Daniel Bryan is way higher on a level of a top heel than Dean Ambrose is. And I think the problem is first off, I said the Dean Ambrose heel turn is just coming slowly. Like, you know, well, I mean, I'm saying, the potential is slowly grasping on. Again, last night took another step up. But the problem is it still feels like they're trying to bring some type of a comedy aspect out of it still, which does not always have to be the case. Yes, Dean Ambrose is meant to be a comedic guy, but I feel, this heel character doesn't have to be have as much comedy and more seriousness to it, pretty much. Daniel Bryan, well, the fickle stuff is funny, but Daniel Bryan is not saying anything that's funny. He's trashing on the what chance. He's got the look of whatnot. He just has like the fire. And the thing was, when he's cut his promos, he sounded like a literal psychopath. He doesn't sound like a 5-year-old giant like Big Show did in 2015, or whatever, or Baron Corbin, how scripted his stuff is and how it sounds awful and not believable. Like Daniel Bryan, yes, small guy, but what you hear him speak, you feel it's really him when he's cutting his promos. Once again, years ago when they weren't sure if Bryan could talk, the guy could cut a freaking good promo, for crying out loud. Like he's not just surpassing, Dean Ambrose for sure, but he's even surpassing The Miz as far as promo work right now, with how great his 2 promos have been since he turned heel. And the thing is, though, is I don't know, again, Daniel Bryan is just so good and so entertaining that, yes, of course, he's getting the heel heat for sure, which, of course, we'll also share towards the end also, how he, the show ended. But I can tell you what, that's the same thing I had with the Yes Movement. The Yes Movement was trying to be hated, but people loved the Yes Movement and it got over. That's why I really think this heel run for Daniel Bryan is going to at most last a year. And he'll go back to being a babyface. It's going to get so over. It's going to get so over. It's not even funny. It's like again how we go back to Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho had the material in 2016 to turn his character into a babyface, and that's what makes a great competitor. Is that a great person, a great what's it called? A great sports entertainer, if you want to know what I'm saying. Someone who can literally transition their. I mean, yes. It's more of like a healed character transitioning to a face character. You can transition that over. But obviously, a heel character, you're going to have to do some different aspects. Now, with that being said, of course, I still do agree that, yes, Flight of the Velarkis does have to kind of go away right now. Because when you hear that, you want to do the yes chance. Unless that's him trolling with the crowd. But eventually, he's got to get, a theme song. It took Tommaso Ciampa a while. Of course, he didn't have a theme song. And then, of course, when he does, he has an absolute badass theme song. So Daniel Bryan definitely doesn't get a new theme song. But man, I love this promo. The fire, like he looks scary and intimidating. But once again, the only nitpick was, like all heels, he has to run away. Of course, he has to. But well, we then have we then announced that we'll have the main event be AJ Styles versus The Miz, and then Randy Orton gets a picture promo saying that Rey Mysterio's entire existence has been shredded, and now he has to stomp on Jeff Hardy one last time. We get Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. It was not a bad match, but towards the end of the match, where it looked like Jeff was about to pull off a big stunt with Orton laying on the announce table, him up onto the top rope. Samoa Joe comes up onto the TV. And he's live from a bar, pretty much saying, "Hey, nice match. I'm just doing my job here right now. Just keep going." But off distraction, Orton hits the RKO to get the victory. Then Samoa Joe continues on the Titantron saying, he's here to warn you about the dangers of excess. There can't be too much of a good thing. The moderation is key. And you can make good choices, like having a few beers and enjoying yourself with friends. Or you can have 14 of them and wake up in jail. And if you wake up at all, he then pours a beer and tells us to drink responsibly before offering a toast. Once again, as I said before, with Daniel Bryan, when a heel sounds like, he doesn't sound scripted and just sounds like, natural, just laying in some truth onto Jeff Hardy and sound like, like it all makes sense and not just like, Jeff Hardy likes to drink a lot, like an alcoholic or whatnot. And the sounding so scripted, no, letting Joe say it in his own words again is what makes Samoa Joe so good, which is why he should have been I had my hand off my desk. He should have been a champion by now. He's not, unfortunately, but he's still kind of some pretty darn good promos. But I do look forward to definitely seeing what him and Jeff can do at TLC, since their match kind of got cut off for qualifying for the World Cup for Crown Jewel because of an injury that Joe had. But we'll see. So we had that. We then have apparently next week we're gonna have the Bar challenging the Usos to a rap battle next week. We'll see how that goes. And Charlotte and Asuka's gonna be happening next week as well. Daniel Bryan was interviewed backstage saying the new Daniel Bryan doesn't run. Everything he does is for a purpose, and now he's going to be going on commentary for the main event. We're going to get AJ Styles versus Miz in the main event. Not a bad match. Daniel Bryan tries to, interfere a couple of times. Of course, Miz is still, mocking the yes movement pretty much, but again, it does not exist anymore. But then eventually, the Bryan's distractions didn't work out as Miz then tapped out to the calf crusher, which again, the one downside though about Bryan's heel turn though is the fact that again, I really felt the Miz was ready to be in that main event title scene. That's why I thought the match with Bryan and Styles for Crown Jewel was just supposed to eventually set up for the Miz to get involved in the title picture and to put Bryan and Miz both in the title picture, but keep their feud going in some ways. And the downside is like that Miz is not quite, not getting in that main event scene anytime soon, which just sucks. He deserves it. I mean, Bryan deserves it too, but again, I still think Phil Miz should have a title. But again, this new Daniel Bryan stuff is doing good because after the match, Bryan gets in and hits a chop block at AJ's knee and continues to smash into the post over and over until he starts falling to the floor. He continues to argue with Styles and throws him to the ring post. He smashes face to the announce table, throws AJ back in the ring, and just stalks him down, hits another chop block, picking up his leg, and I'm like, wait a second, he's going to do it. And he throws on that heel hook, which I don't think we have seen that since his feud with Big Cass. Or I'm sorry, since I miss him. I miss him, but I was saying this, but big ass! Big ass! But anyways, so he throws that heel hook on, which I'm like, awesome, because, you know, were they going to really call his label lock still the yes lock, or we're called the fickle lock now? Who knows? But he threw that heel hook on him, which I think is a great move for a heel. Heel hook, I love that submission for sure. He calls for the microphone. He takes off his jacket and he knocks AJ his head off with a buzzsaw roundhouse kick. And he starts smashing him in the head again. He takes a victory lap before he does more stomps, and he poses the crowd before he gets onto the first he demands Greg Hamilton to announce him as the W champion and the new Daniel Bryan. And then Bryan takes the microphone and asks if the crowd doesn't approve, cheer, or love the new Daniel Bryan, and he fickles after every one of them. And he continues to say, fickle, 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 fickle. AJ Styles then, you know, tries to get up again, but gets back into the ring, hits one more chop block, and back into the heel hook as SmackDown goes off the air. Man, again, is this heel Daniel Bryan? Is this new Daniel Bryan again? Vicious, psychotic, and villainous, and it's all coming across that way. He's in some world, and even if he's not speaking, he has that look in his eyes. Like he is a psychopath, where he's smiling for something. He's not just smiling for him. He's smiling because he's enjoying this. He is smiling because he feels great. And it's just masterful. Other than, of course, you know, him running away like a coward, he's killing it. And yes, it could be a fresher character. Yes, the yes movement may never come back. But, ladies and gentlemen, the fickle movement has started. Again, even though it's a heel move, I can see this eventually, though, getting over and being, you know, a babyface chant, of course. It's like, again, like Daniel Bryan's just that good. Like, he's easily going to make the crowd love him again. Yes, he's getting the heel heat right now, but eventually the crowd's gonna love it. It's just my opinion. So, if you disagree, fickle, fickle, fickle. But that's it for this review, guys. Let's check, of course, you know, the polls first on Twitter before I go back to the chat of live. What grade would you give SmackDown Live? 7 votes. 14% said A, 57% said B, 14% said C, and 15% said D or lower. And what show did you enjoy more this week? Raw or SmackDown Live? 6 votes. All of SmackDown Live for sure. I'm giving SmackDown Live an A- thing. A really great show. Let's check the chat of live and see what we've got here. Let's see here. Where am I going? I think we were right here. The reason why Triple H will be better boss than Vince, wish we could write on that movie, was on during Thanksgiving week. I missed it. Thanks for taking our suggestion, of course. Daniel for sure is passionate about that new role for sure. He's killing it. Miz always starting beef. I got a notification on my phone saying Daniel Bryan may already be WWE's best heel, which for sure I agree. Of course, he has some competition with Tommaso Ciampa in NXT, but, you know, they're also saying the best thing going right now in WWE is Dean and Renee's awkwardness for sure. Not all heels are cowards, though. But again, you know, why are they all running away from a fight? Like, you know, like when they're baby faces, they're able to win clean. But when they're heels, they're not able to. Like, again, that makes no sense. Like, while we establish heels as dominating, and then when all of a sudden it looks like someone's able to finally overcome them, then throw in, you know, the running away and whatnot. And that makes sense, pretty much. It's like that shocker. Not just right away, oh, you can't beat me and whatnot right away, which, again, some coward heels it works with. The Miz, but not Daniel Bryan. Please not. Um, would you rather see Bryan versus Orton or Bryan versus Miz? Bryan Orton or Bryan and Miz? Well, we've seen Bryan and Miz lately, so let's go with Bryan and Orton for something different. I agree. WWE is doing so much better with Daniel's heel turn than Dean's. Dean's could be better. Dean has to have a match also too, since his turn for sure. Daniel needs to cut his hair to fit his character. I think the hair is all right. Raw creative sucks and SmackDown's awesome for sure. Are you still upset Daniel is heel? I'm not. I love it. Again, I wasn't upset Daniel Bryan turned heel, but I was confused by what got us there. What got us there, confused me. But the transition from this into this heel character, I still has worked out great. So I'm not saying I was upset Bryan was a heel, but again, it just came at a time where it's like, okay, we wanted him to get this. We wanted him to win this. Like, why are we supposed to hate him for winning this? Like, it was what we wanted to see happen. But once again, as I said before, the storytelling, though, which once again, SmackDown tells the simple stories of, Bryan facing Lesnar heel on heel, but saying that Brock Lesnar, because, in that match, Bryan was still kind of a babyface against Lesnar, even though he kicked Lesnar in the balls. But Bryan, though, made that transition saying that, Brock Lesnar beat the last of the old Daniel Bryan. So the transition again worked. So once again, I'm not upset about it, but, I just had to process it because it just, again, 24 hours before it happened, you would not have gotten me to say Daniel Bryan turning heel tomorrow night and then going on to face Brock Lesnar. But it was a shocker, though. Have you noticed when stars turn heel or face, it'll last 3 or 4 years for most? Some, yeah, but once again, I don't feel like this heel Daniel Bryan can be a heel for too long. He'll be led too easily. Besides Cena and Ray and Jeff, they're always face. Heels are savage as fuck. Faces are okay for sure. Also depends on the star. Why was Miz vs. Styles the main event? Should have been Orton versus Jeff. Well, then again, Styles and Miz, of course, was kind of resulting in what's going on with the WWE Championships stuff as well. When is Ciampa debuting on the main roster? Maybe sometime next year. I don't see it debuting yet. Probably earliest WrestleMania weekend, I feel. And Joe, which of course my sister loves Samoa Joe's theme song. Did you know people say Orton is one of the safest workers in WWE? Really? Well, good for him though, but he definitely is a good worker. If Joe versus Jeff happens, Joe needs to go over, even though I'm a Hardy mark. I do agree. Joe definitely. Again, Joe has not, I don't think Joe has had a pay-per-view win since he won an Extreme Rules 2017. It's been that long since he's had a pay-per-view win for sure. Orton's RKO, though, I'm skipping that battle. Hated the first one. Which one are you talking about there? Was expecting Ray to attack Orton. Guess he's still selling that injury, which is good. And Daniel's attack on Styles was definitely awesome. Top 10 most talented WWE stars, which I kind of just did that one, but great stream. Tired, heading to bed. Love you guys, sweet dreams, and see you for your special stream whenever. Stay safe for sure. SmackDown was definitely A. Rap battle. That's what she was talking about. She didn't like the. I love the first rap battle between New Day and New Usos, but if you didn't, that's okay. But yes, we'll see you later, Lauren. Again, I'm not sure when the special live stream is going to be this week, but I guess I'll get ready to check out now also. So again, here's the plan for this weekend. It's once again going week by week with how busy this month is going to be again with my extra job and whatnot. All the years are going for the holidays, but so tomorrow I'm working a double shift for work. Like I won't be done until like 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow. I'm working like 12:30. Starting at 12:30 in the afternoon, get a small little break in between both my shifts. But basically, by the time I get home, I might be pretty tired. And I also watch Survivor on Wednesday night, so I'll probably want to catch up with that also. So if anything, since there might be 2 episodes, I will do at least the NXT UK review tomorrow night. Thursday, again, I will hopefully have some time in the morning to watch 205 Live and NXT, but I have to pick my sister up from work. I'm not from work, from the airport on Thursday, and I work Thursday night, so I'll try to get those 2 reviews in. Friday, though, I may try to get the special stream in before I leave for for Philly, but it's not guaranteed. If I don't do it Friday, I'm definitely doing it Sunday. I will do it when I get back from Philly on Sunday, unless I'm too tired. And then we'll see what happens next week as well. I mean, things could hopefully be calmed down a little bit after my cousin's wedding's done. But again, with the holidays and me working this extra job, it's going to be a little crazy. So as I always say, guys, again, just be patient with me. And tune in to also, for my video game Let's Plays with, again, Hitler at the Ninth Gate, Backyard Baseball, and my Harry Potter Let's Play also. So I'm trying to get those in. I'm going to try to squeeze in another short Christmas Wolfenstein mod if I can find one, just for the holidays, just for shits and giggles, of course. But yeah, A- for Smackdown Live again, guys. Just be patient, as I always keep saying, with my reviews for this month or so while craziness goes on. But all is good here in the channel, in the world of the Club Man 3. And once again, guys, as always, again, I keep saying enough. Thank you guys for the 1,000 subscribers. Again, I will be combining my 1,000 subscribers Q&A with my end of the year Q&A at the end of the year, of course. So that, guys, what are your thoughts on SmackDown Live? Leave us down in the comment section below. And just always click buy, like, and subscribe, comment to my channel, and follow me on Twitter as well at DemandEverybody3. And guys, I'll probably see you sometime late tomorrow night, but if not, then probably sometime Thursday. So guys, once again, just be patient with me. The reviews will come, just not at the right time. So guys, that's it. I am checking out. So until then, guys, love you all. Have a great rest of your night, and peace out, everybody.